I'm live. I'm live, it says. Let's see if I can do something about my lighting. Oh, that's worse, I think. Oops. Let's see. Well, I was trying a new lighting. So, Linda, if you don't mind, I'm gonna. Hey, Linda. Hey, Linda Chandler. If you don't mind, I'm gonna try some lighting things here just to see what I can get. Sorry. I had this little light I was trying out, and I have to. No, no, no. See, I don't like it at all. Ooh, brighter is not good. What if I turn it off? Nope, that's worse. Well, I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to put it on this side out of my way. I don't know if that helps. Anyway, whatever. Don't know. I need Lee here. It's usually better when Lee's over here beside me for some reason, which is weird. It's weird, but my lighting is better with Lee over here kind of blocking it a little bit. So I don't know, whatever. Anyway, hey Susan, good morning. And so I made me a little list. I got a few things to talk about. And of course, it's election day. Me and my daughter went and voted Thursday. Thursday, the 31st, was the first day of early voting here without an excuse. Before that, you had to do the mail in or have a good excuse. But the 31st here, Thursday, you could vote just early for no reason, whatever. And me and my oldest daughter went and voted. Lee is supposed to stop and vote today. So he didn't go vote early. He's going to stop and vote today. But like we were saying, of course, we vote anyway. We vote anyway, but Kentucky always goes red. So, and there's other states. We were talking about other states that, that are, you can kind of know this certain states are going to go a certain way. It's those, what do they call them? Swing states that you got to wonder about. So, that's what we got to watch for. We still go vote. We still always make sure we go vote, whether it makes any difference or not. But I think that the main difference, of course, is the swing states. So anyway, we did go vote, me and my daughter, and Lee's going to vote today. It was funny. We kind of got a chuckle. Sunny, my oldest daughter, my granddaughter, um, is 9, and she was with us. And the lady there, it was a couple of ladies there giving you your ballot. And here we still had to show ID. We had to show ID, and which I'm glad for. I'm glad to show ID because I think that's the way everybody should be. So we had to show ID, and they handed us our ballot. And then one of them looked at Sonny, who's 9 years old, and said, "Where's your ID? Do you need a ballot?" And I said, "Why not? Everybody else is doing it." And she just laughed. She got a kick out of it. She said, "Yeah, it's ridiculous." I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "In some states." She said, "Yeah, in some states it's ridiculous." Like, yeah, yeah. So anyway, all we can do is pray. Prayed last night at 6 o'clock with hopefully everybody else in the country. I didn't go to the cross. We have a big old in the next town over. There's a great big cross up on a hill that is lighted up at night, and it shines out over the. It's where the confluence, where the Ohio and the Mississippi River meet, and there's a great big huge lighted cross right there, and it's in Wickliffe, Kentucky, and so they had some churches get together and go up there and pray. They have a lot of events up there, especially church events, and a lot of people got went there. And I was gonna go, and one of my daughters was gonna go with me, and then we were both just tired, and I've had a lot of headaches, and we just decided not to do it. So we stayed here. She come here with me, and we watched a church. A church out of New York actually was live doing theirs, and they played some music and prayed and stuff, and we watched some of that, and then I prayed and for us, and then we watched some more of that, and anyway, so I hope a whole lot of people prayed, and it was nationwide, so it was supposed to be all over the country of people praying at 6 o'clock last night. Of course, people's been praying, and um, and I anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. I started to say, well, I'll just say I pray for God's will to be done. We know, we don't know what His will for this is, and He has a plan that's laid out in the Bible. And if His plan is time to get toward the end, then He may have a different will than we do about it. So I pray for His will. I pray for mercy on this country. And, so anyway, and a great revival. We need a great revival to sweep through this country and get a whole bunch more people saved and out of some of the mess they're in. Anyway, Brenda said I had to show ID here in Missouri. Hey, Christy Betts. So let's see. Of course, as soon as I get off of here, I've got to run out and go to the bank and all that stuff. And it's raining here. It was real windy. It was real windy this morning. Now it's just raining. It's a light, slow rain. But I got to get out in it and then get back on here and work some more, as usual. So what else? I've got a list here. But I got a few things that I forgot to write down that I know I need to talk about. The the TikTok. I had told y'all the last couple of weeks that I was starting a TikTok, and if anybody was on TikTok, look me up and all that. Well, that wasn't a good idea. That wasn't a good idea. So here's what happened. I got on TikTok and I was doing a few videos on there, a few, whatever you call them, little clips. And and I'd already gotten up to like 1,200 followers. I'd gotten about 1,200 followers, so I could have went live. And so they have a TikTok shop where you can buy things. So you've got people on there showing stuff they've bought on the TikTok shop. I bought this little light. What else? I bought a few things. This little light I've got up here now. So I bought 3 or 4 things that I got them in, and they were fine, and I had bought them. So I used my card, my debit card, and the 31st, the 30th was on a Wednesday. The 30th, Wednesday the 30th, I had bought something on there or tried to buy something on there, and it didn't go through. It didn't go through, and I thought something messed up somewhere and it didn't go through, and I wasn't sure why. And so the next day, I believe it was the next day. It might have been even the next day. It was either Wednesday or Thursday after that. I went with my daughter to eat at the little restaurant out here local that has really good catfish. We went out there to eat lunch, and I used my debit card, and it wouldn't work. And it had a weird message, it prints out a little thing, a little paper, and has a reason why it didn't work. And the little thing said SEC violation. And the guy running my card said, well, I've never seen that before. And I said, I hadn't either. And I said, there's money in there. I promise there's money in there. So he ran it again. Same thing, SEC violation. I said, "Well, maybe I said, "Can you type in the number because maybe it's your card, your machine because I know there's money in there." And he said, "Well, if there's not money in there, it would say insufficient funds or something like that." And we didn't know what SEC violation meant. And he went ahead and done it though. He went ahead and typed in the numbers. Like my light got better all of a sudden. That's just weird. He went ahead and typed in the numbers, and because I threw my hands up. I don't know. Anyway, he went in and typed in the numbers and got the same thing again, SEC violation. And I said, my daughter went ahead and paid. My daughter went ahead and paid for everything. And I said, "Well, I got to go to the bank because I got to find out." I was fixing to go to another store, to a store. I said, "I got to go to the bank and find out what's going on." So I went to the bank and they looked it up and they said, "Your card has been shut off because of suspected fraud." And I said, "Okay. So y'all shut my card off?" And she said, "Yes, it's been shut off." She said, "Something came through on the 30th that was suspected fraud because it ran like 2 cents and then turned right around and ran like $500. And usually that's fraud." And I said, I was, confused. And she said, "Have you bought something online? Have you tried to buy something online?" And I said, "Mm, yeah, I've been getting on TikTok shop." And she said, "That's probably it." And so she even could tell me exactly when it was ran and what time and everything, like where they ran it through. And she told me exactly when and what time. And it was that where I tried to purchase some um, boots, some we call like rain boots, like mud boots. And she said it was that, and they weren't $500. They were supposed to be like $30. So that was these $30 muck type boots, like a off brand of muck boots. And yeah, and and she said that must be it. And I was thinking about the time, and it was about the time that I would have been ordering those that went through. So, anyway, just because I can't take a chance on that happening, I can't, we don't have a lot of money. We would be wiped out, and I can't take a chance on that happening. So I shut TikTok down. I come home and shut down that account, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it's gone and nobody can mess with that again. But anyway, I come home and shut TikTok down. So I don't have a TikTok anymore. Getting to the point here, I don't have TikTok anymore. And I really don't recommend anybody do it, to be honest. I tried it. I had a couple of people, and the people that wanted me to try it, they've been on TikTok for a long time. And one girl that kind of got me to do TikTok, wanted me to do TikTok. She buys stuff on there, and I bought a few things on there that I didn't have any problem with. So I don't know. I guess that could happen with anything, right? You can get on whatever. You can get online on anything and that happened to you. But since I was new on TikTok and it already happened to me, I was like, no, no more for me. And I shut it completely down. There's so much cyber crime. Sorry about that, but glad it was stopped. Yes, yes, I'm so glad. I told them at the bank, I said, "I am so glad y'all caught it because, I mean, we don't have a whole lot of money. We could get wiped out quick and easy and be in trouble?" So they had to issue me a new card. My card was shut off. They had to issue me a new card. And if you've had to do that, you know what a pain that is. Because then you have to figure out what all you've got that you used that card for that you'll have to repay or go in and change your payment. Like I have Most of my stuff, and this is good advice. Good advice. Don't use your debit card for like automatic withdrawals, like my let's see, my my internet is automatically withdrawn from my bank account. I did not use the debit card. I used my actual bank account. So that won't be affected. So I don't know yet what all I have that I've used my card. Um, and I'll be finding out because there'll probably be things coming up that'll be like, hey. So one was Amazon. I order stuff regular. I have some of those subscriptions on Amazon where you get certain items each month or whatever, and it had my debit card, and I already had an item come up that alerted me and said, "This item declined. Do you want to use a different payment?" So I had to go into Amazon and put in this new card information to keep that going. So, um, let's see. I don't buy online unless I buy a card at Walmart that you can put a certain amount on. Yeah, that's smart. Paul had his card number stolen at Walmart, self-checking. So yes, it can happen anywhere. Okay, so that is what happened to me about 5 years ago. It's been a long time now. 4 or 5 years ago, I had gone to Walmart, and that's the only place I had gone was Walmart. And the very next day, maybe even the same day, our account got wiped out. They did wipe our account out. They wiped our checking account out. And I went to the bank and they started searching and digging to see what happened. And y'all, some of y'all may remember me telling this before. Somebody out in California had bought hair extensions and Nike shoes on our card. And I mean, it was like hair extensions were like $200 or $300, and the Nike shoes were like $200 or $300, and wiped us out. And I had to file a complaint, and the bank had to go through all that mess, and that was a nightmare. And we did get our money back. The bank gave us our money back, but but I had to go through. It had to be investigated, and I had to go through, and they were asking me questions, and I said, "Do I look like I wear hair extensions or Nike shoes? No." And I ain't been to California, so no, it wasn't me. Anyway, and the only place I had been was Walmart. I just swear by that it happened at Walmart, because that is the only place I had been in days that I had used that card at in days. So, but that was years ago. So, you kind of forget and get over it and start doing it again. But anyway, I hate those automatic withdrawals. Hard to stop them when needed. Yeah, I kind of do too. But I had certain things that had wanted to do that or had to do that. My Our car insurance. That's the only way on our car insurance. Well, it's got our house on it too. It's both vehicles and our house. And that was the only way you could do it. And it's local. It's a local lady that we went to, but the only way you could do it was automatic withdrawal. But it is on our bank account itself, not on our card. But that was the only way they would do it was automatic withdrawal. And I think that maybe you could do it differently, but if you did, it was higher or something. I don't remember now. It's been a long time. We've had that insurance for a long time. My daughter, excuse me, my daughter years ago got her card hacked at Target. The bank already knew who did it by the next morning and where the people lived. um, we had, now, this was about maybe a year ago. Our bank got hacked. Like every card at the bank got hacked. Our bank had to shut down everybody's cards and reissue all new ones but they did it quick. I mean, they knew and they let everybody know, come in and get a new card. They do it at the bank now. Used to, you had to wait several days till it came in the mail. Thank the Lord, they do it at the bank now, and I didn't have to wait. So when I went this time, well, and that time before too, they were just issuing them at the bank. They have a machine there now at our bank that does the cards. So I didn't have to wait for it to come in the mail and all that mess this time. 4 or 5 years ago when I done it, I had to wait like 2 weeks to get a new card. But this time and the other time, the bank just done it while you're standing there. It didn't take long at all. I always check the card reader over at the store before using my card in them. People look at me like I'm crazy. Yep. But I just tell you would too if you ever had your card number stolen that way. Yeah, I did for a while. I would at least stop and think about it and try to look. But it don't necessarily have to be on the card reader. They can sit out in the parking lot of Walmart and be checking and get your card when you scan it, is what I've been told. I don't know how that works at all, but that's what I've been told. If you use it at just the right time when they're scanning for it, they can get it. I don't know. Everybody's card thing happened at our bank once. Yeah, yeah. This was Linda C plant. I don't know if y'all have a C plant there. This was C plant, and it was probably about a year ago, maybe. Anyway, you may not have a C plant. I don't know. You're close enough that my daughter in St. Louis, near St. Louis, my daughter that's in the Air Force near St. Louis, they have a C plant up there. So that's why I said it, because you might have a C plant. You're not that far from me. Our bank let us know when Paul's was stolen. They asked us if we were shopping in Georgia. Yeah, that's what they asked me, if I was shopping in California that time. Like, nope. Have you been to California? Nope. Well, it's hair extensions and Nikes. I was like, do I look like I wear hair extensions or Nikes? Oh, Farmers Bank. Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. They sure can. It's bad. And that's how they're going to bring in this digital currency and make everybody think it's a great thing, because it's gotten such scam that they got to do something. But I mean, they got to do something, but I'm a little leery of this digital currency and all that mess. But it's kind of gotten to where it's almost got to come, because I don't know. Hey, Red. So let's see. All right. Where am I at? My husband told me that too. They often stand by people to get their PIN numbers too. Now we have to let the bank know if we use our card out of state. Always block when you enter your PIN. Yeah. Travis had his identity stolen. Some guy by the name of Travis told the hospital that. Hey, Alfonso. Hope you're having a blessed day. I'm out on the trails. That's awesome. I would love to be, but it's raining here. I can't even be outside. I got to go to the bank here in a little bit, though, for the church. The bank called our local fire department one time and said, is one of your members going on vacation in Florida or some such place? Oh, my goodness. No, didn't know till we got a bill. We didn't know until we got a bill. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And a hospital bill was probably pretty high. Mine are. Mine are. I have been having to go to the doctor and all this mess, and had that MRI, and my insurance already told me they wouldn't pay for MRI, but I had to have it done. And I was concerned about my health, so I was determined to do it. But I told them when I got there, my insurance is not going to pay for this, and I don't have the money to pay for it. I'll have to make payments or something. They were like, "Okay, okay." I told them ahead of time, "My insurance ain't gonna pay for this." So I got the bill the other day, and it was almost $5,000. Almost $5,000 just for the MRI. That don't count the CAT scan, which I hadn't got a bill for yet, and all the testing they done. I've gotten different bills because different labs that do some of the blood work, you get different bills. So I probably have 5 bills stacked up here in my pile that my insurance wouldn't pay, and I'm gonna pay the smaller ones, but I can't pay the $5,000. I'm gonna talk to them and see how much they will accept each month or something, but it ain't gonna be a whole lot I can pay with all them others. Let's see. The bank called our local fire department one time and said, "Oh, I already read that. We didn't know until we got a bill." I read that. Didn't have to pay and had to press charges against the guy. Yeah, yeah. Mm. A lot of it, though, that was at least a local guy that you could have something done to. A lot of this mess it is overseas. And when it's somebody overseas, there ain't nothing they can do but give you your money back and try to get their money, and they ain't gonna get it because a lot of it's from overseas. Anyway, so that is why I am no longer on TikTok. I just couldn't, and you know what? I really didn't have time because I do YouTube and I don't do a whole lot of that anymore. I'm trying to keep my YouTube up, and then I'm working, and then I'm churching, and then I'm, grandkids, ball games, all the stuff. And so when I got on TikTok, I was trying to mess with TikTok a lot. And I kept thinking, I don't have time for this. Why am I doing this? I don't have time for this. And so then that happened, and I just went ahead and deleted TikTok. And I was like really kind of glad in a way because I didn't have time for it anyway. I barely have time for other things I do. So, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, my church things are the most important. So if I have to quit doing everything else to get the church things done, that's what I'll do. And speaking of church, there's my friend Lana. Hey, Lana. Just got back from voting, got cussed out by an older guy. Kind of my fault because I forgot to turn off my phone. Normally, I always turn off my phone. Apologize, but he was still cussing. Well, we went. I'm sure you voted at the courthouse. That's where we went Thursday. Me and my oldest daughter, Supreme. We went Thursday up to the courthouse and voted early. But there wasn't that many there. It wasn't any problems. It wasn't that many there. But yeah, there's always got to be some mean person. Let's see. I was so embarrassed that I forgot, but to be honest, cussing me while I'm voting, while in the voting booth is just as obnoxious as my phone. Yeah, some people are hard to deal with. Yep, sorry that happened. So, anyway, so that's why I'm not on TikTok, and I'm gonna maybe focus more on my YouTube and get back into that some. And so let's see. And headaches. I've been having headaches again. I still have the spots in my eyes. I go back to the doctor. I go back to the doctor tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell her I still have these spots in my eyes, and I don't know. And I've been having headaches again. I feel like the headaches are kind of sinus related. So I don't know, I just don't know. They've done everything. They have checked everything on me. And then I had to go to the rheumatologist, and they said I had the rheumatoid arthritis, and they're wanting to give me a medicine for that. And I told them I really didn't want anything. I don't want to be taking a bunch of stuff. So I don't know how we're going to do on that. I told them to let me try to watch my diet because I feel better when I watch my diet. And let me watch my diet and let me do my thing, and then we'll see. So I got to go back to that in 4 months and see if I'm doing better. So on the headaches, I've heard a lot of people exactly what Lana's saying right now, having sinus headaches. Kathy at Living Miracle Homestead told me she's been having a lot of headaches. And I can't remember who else, but there's been several that said they were having a lot of headaches lately. Oh, I know. My preacher's wife, the preacher's wife, said she'd been having a lot of sinus headaches. So it may just be that. And I'm just, and that's fine. And I figure that's what it is. But I do still have these spots in my eyes. So I'm still like, I still worry about that some. But they've checked everything and can't find nothing. So I don't know. Don't even know. But I'm hoping the headaches are just sinus stuff. But I am trying to watch my carbs and all of that to feel better. And I've been taking my pills that I make that have hawthorn, parsley, stinging nettle, cayenne pepper, the things that are good for inflammation. I've been taking that, regular, and a few other things that I take. So hopefully, I think it's more my diet than anything. It's more what I eat, it seems like, than anything. Every time. If I control what I eat, I feel so much better. I don't hurt as bad. I have energy. I just have to make myself have the willpower. Um, let's see. I voted early this morning, but didn't know about turning the phone off. Glad no one called me. It would have been embarrassing if my phone started crowing like a rooster. Yeah. Purple, purple dead nettle for tea for sinus headaches is my miracle. I assume you meant purple dead nettle. They just finished up combing fields. Who knows what stuff is on those fields? Yeah. Yeah. Same here. I have fields around me. Yeah. Get some. Let's get some shiso. I'm not sure what shiso is. I voted this morning too, but didn't think about turning off the phone. See, everybody else is with you, Lana. What is shisho? Shisho? Shiso. Shiso. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, so my the kittens have diarrhea. So they are out. You probably see them right there. They are out on the screened in porch because they have, and I put food and water out there, and I put another litter box out there just for now, just like I let them in some, but then when they start having diarrhea everywhere, I clean it up and put them back out. I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to take them to the vet, I guess. And I really can't afford to take two to the vet, but I may have to. I gave them. I looked up some things, and pumpkin was one thing that settles their stomach and is good for them. And they have been wormed, and I don't know. We did get a different food though. Lee Pearson went and got food for me, and got a different food. They have been dewormed. Lee went and got a different food, and that's the only thing we can think of is that this different food upset their stomach. So I don't know. We went back and got their regular food and started giving them their regular food, and I added a little pumpkin in it to settle their stomachs. And one of them, it seems like it worked on Medea. Medea seems better, and but Maud, she is just if she jumps or runs, it squirts out. Sorry to be gross at lunchtime. Sorry to be gross at lunchtime, but if Medea jumps on something or runs across the floor, it just squirts out. So I know, but I can't get them to the vet until Thursday afternoon. So I'm just hoping for the best. And right now, oh, they want in. There's Medea wanting in. And Medea has seemed like she's better. She had diarrhea just a couple of times and then seemed like she was better. But Maud just keeps having it. It's been going on for 3 or 4 days now. Ugh, I'm hoping it's just the food, and I don't know what to do for them. I really don't know what to do for them, but I can't have them in here running around squirting everywhere. So I've been putting them out on the screened-in porch during the day, and now they want in. I'll probably go let them in. I might have to wait till I get back from the bank and the store because I don't want them in here running around with me not here. But since I'm right here and can watch, cats can have activated charcoal. I didn't know. I didn't find that. Thank you, Linda. That's what I use for myself when I've got an upset stomach. I will try that. Thank you so much. I didn't see that. I looked up what I could give them for their stomach for diarrhea, and the only thing I really found was pumpkin. Um, raw 100% pumpkin, and I had a jar of that, a can of that. So I gave him some of that, and like I said, it seemed to help Medea. But Maud, she's just they want in so bad. Look at them. Medea does. Medea feels better, so I think. So, yeah, I had to go let them in. And I will try that. Thank you so much. I didn't even think of that. That's what I take for myself. I just didn't think of it for them. I was trying to think and I couldn't think of nothing. And I looked it up to see what they could have. And I gave them the pumpkin. Okay. All right. Let me go back up here and read. I'm sorry I got off. Let's see. Um, I voted this morning too. Okay. That herb we looked up, you called it something else. I know what you're talking about then. The weed out there that's kind of got a smell. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either. I can't think of what the name of it was either. That was a kind of a different name for it, but the common name was something else. I know what you're talking about. Um, they've been harvesting here and putting chicken manure on fields. Oh, I hate that. I mean, I know it's good, but smells terrible. Purple dead nettle. Going to get about 100 more pounds of beef fat in December on top of the 100 pounds I have to render. Wow. Yeah, Chinese herb, purple leaves I found in my yard. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, we have some out here. Um, get some dewormer for kittens. It's called beef steak, Lana. It was called beef steak plant. Y'all look that up. Beef steak plant. It is wild around here. It grows everywhere. And I'd seen it so many times. And then Lana asked me about it. And I said, I don't know. That's a weed. But we looked it up and it was actually good for some things. And it's called beef steak plant. And you probably have it in your yard too. And it was in the family of something that smells. What was it, Lana? It was in the family of a mint. I can't remember of something. I can't remember. Anyway, let's see. Get some dewormer. I read that. Hopefully, it's just the food. Yep. Activated cats have activated to work in a couple of days. I will definitely give them that as soon as I get off here. I'm going to fix them up some more food with pumpkin and I'll put activated charcoal in it. Harder to treat the dogs. You can't give cats much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I looked up to see what I could give them because I was afraid some things would just mess their stomach up worse. But don't do too much. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Tylenol will kill a cat. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't do that anyway. And so many things can tear up a kitten's stomach anyhow, you know? Mint. It was in a mint family. I knew it smelled. It's got a really strong smell, that beef steak plant. And it's also called whatever she said. Shiso, something like that. Hey, Gina. Hope you're feeling better. I've been still having headaches. I think it's sinus. I believe it's sinus. And by the way, since you're on here, Gina is a member, and I'm fixing to send out newsletters in the next couple of days. I got it started, but I hadn't finished it. Give me a couple of days, and I'll be sending out newsletters for members. And Gina, I think I got off TikTok. I got hacked on TikTok, and so I just closed that account. I just closed it down. I can't take a chance on them getting money out of my account, out of my bank account. I used my card to buy something, and the exact same time that I used my card to buy something on there, my bank had to shut my card down, and I had to get a new card issued because somebody tried to hack the card. And they told me exactly when it happened, and that is exactly when I was ordering some boots, some muck boots, like off-brand muck boots that was $30, and I was ordering them on TikTok Shop. And at the exact same time is when my card got hacked. So I just shut the whole account down. And I said, I got several things. I point up here because I got this light. I got this little clip-on light to help with some lighting. I got that off TikTok Shop, and that went fine. I got a couple other things. I don't even remember what, just a couple of cheap things that I got on TikTok Shop went fine. But these boots didn't. These boots, they were trying to take $500. And what they done, they took like 2 cents and then turned right around and took 500. And that's a signal to the bank, because what they do is they check to see if that card's got some money on it. And if it does, they turn around and take a big chunk. And then they shut your card down, which is, I'm glad they did. That happened to Chip. Our account got hacked, but not on TikTok. I know it can happen. We were just discussing up there that it can happen other places. Brenda was saying that it happened to them at Walmart, and it happened to me at Walmart about 5 years ago. So, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Brenda. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I thought she was doing better. Oh. Oh, please pray for Daryl and family. Sherry passed away this morning. Oh, my gosh. Please, Brenda, tell him we will be praying for him and thinking about him. And I'm so sorry. I hate that. I thought she was doing better. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh, that breaks my heart. And all started from a little surgery she had. Oh, oh my goodness. I sure hate that. So y'all say a prayer for Daryl. 2 family homestead. I sure hate that. My goodness. Mm. I did hear that Lee saw that Josh Skinner got to come home and is doing better. So I hadn't seen it, but Lee said he was on Facebook and saw that Josh Skinner got to come home. So, Medea's having a fit. I'm gonna have to go let Medea in, I think. I think that's Medea. Well, I can't even tell now. No, that's both of them now. They're getting upset. I'm gonna have to go let them in a minute. What time is it? Um, yeah, I hate that. I hate to hear about Sherry. That just breaks my heart, y'all. Mm. I know most everybody on here knows Sherry from Two Family Homestead. They came to, they were great, great on doing lives at events for the homestead. And they came to our picnic 2 or 3 years and was live at our picnic and went all over the place to all the events and went live. And they had their show that they had guests on, and we were a guest on their show early on when we were new at YouTube. And probably most of y'all have been on their show that has channels. Um, Sweet, sweet people. So I really hate that. She had a surgery. I believe, I might be wrong, I might be saying this wrong. I believe she had whatever you call it, like gastric bypass to lose weight, some kind of surgery like that that normally is fine, and something went wrong, and she had problems after that, and ever since then had some problems, but I thought she was doing better. I was talking to someone, didn't hear that about Sherry. She's been on my mind. Yeah, yeah, terrible. She passed this morning. The kittens hear you talking. Yeah, I know. They want you and bless their hearts. They've got everything out there though. They are fine. They're on a screened-in porch and they've got food and water and a litter box, and they're fine. They just want in, but they're fine. I will let them in a little bit when I can watch them. Just got off the phone with Daryl. Yeah, I understand Brenda. Brenda was close with Sherry. Um, they talked a lot. I'm gonna cry. Um, Brenda talked to Sherry a lot on, FaceTime calls and stuff, and I think Red probably did too. Um, and of course, she done the Facebook page. What was the Facebook page she done? Small, small homesteaders, small YouTube homesteaders, or something like that. I can't even think of it. Small YouTube homesteaders, something like that. She done that Facebook page for a long time. Bless her heart. I sure hate it. So I'm on my last thing on my list here, real quick. I don't know if any of y'all watch Hot Zone with Chuck Holton. He's really good. Chuck Holton is a journalist that goes to some of the war zones. Well, probably all of them. He goes to war zones and does journalism, reporting live and stuff like that. And he goes to war zones. I mean, he gets right in the thick of it and reports what's going on. He goes to Israel a lot, and he'll go to all of them, even places that are hostile against us. He goes to Iran and went to Ukraine, Ukraine, and all of those places for years. He's done that for years and years. And I think he used to do it for Fox News, and then he started doing it for CBN, which is the Christian Broadcasting Network. And so now he does it for CBN, Christian Broadcasting Network. But he has his own YouTube channel that is the Hot Zone with Chuck Holton. and he's really good about telling what all's going on in the world um, in a Christian way, and he he tells it like I mean, he's Christian, and he's not he tries to not be real biased about it. Like, he tells just the truth. He tells the facts and the truth, and he's really good at it. And anyway, watch him if you haven't watched him. It's The Hot Zone with Chuck Holton, and he just had a last night or yesterday. I watched it last night. He had a new one he put up that was about 5 things you need to do before election results, before tonight, before I forgot how it's worded, but it says 5 things you need to do before the polls close. Maybe that's what it said, before the polls close. 5 things you need to do. And it was really good. And he has experienced all this stuff. He was in the military. I'm thinking he was like Navy SEAL, maybe not that, something. He was something special op in the military before he went into journalism doing all this. And he's been to all the war zones for years, like Afghanistan and way back, you know. Um, so he knows a lot of this stuff. He knows what a worn war zone looks like and what happens there and what they need anyway. So he done this thing, and it was 5 things, and it was basic, 5 basic things. And it was I'm gonna forget it. I'm gonna forget some of it. But I think it was the first thing was fill your tank up. No, first thing was have some cash. Get some cash. Make sure you have some cash. Because if something happens and the bank goes down or anything like that, you're going to have some cash. And he gave examples of him being in another country and having to have cash you know, so cash, have some cash. The next thing was fill your tank up with gas. And let's see, what was the next? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember all of them. Hmm. I don't know. Of course, food and stuff. That's a given. Food and water. But the fifth thing was pray, and he was telling about instances where he was in a bad situation and just stopped and prayed, and the Lord gave him the wisdom to get out of that bad situation. You know, goodness, I'm gonna start coughing, y'all. I'm getting dry. I get this dry throat. I don't know. That kind of always worries me too, but I've had it for years or all my life, I guess. The back of my throat gets really, really dry easy. I have to drink a lot or suck on candy, or I would just cough my head off because the back of my throat is just, I don't know. It's weird. I've never had anybody look at that. That might be the next thing I need to look at. I need to be checked out all over. But this has been going on for years, so I don't think nothing about it. I just drink or suck on candy. Clear my throat a lot. Anyway, prayed all morning. Our country needs to repent their wickedness or we are in big trouble. Yep. And hello, Nancy. I saw you come in. I just was talking and didn't get to say hi. Hello, Nancy. So that's all I have on my list, and I have to go do all this stuff. I have a little list. I've got to go to the store. Now listen, I'm not I'm not going to go hoard toilet paper, but we are down to 4 rolls of toilet paper, and I thought I'm going to go get toilet paper. I hope there's plenty of toilet paper because I'm going to go get some, but it's because we're down to 4 rolls, not because I'm going to go hoard toilet paper. So yeah, I got to go get dog food and I'm gonna fill up with gas. I'm gonna take some of his suggestions. I'm gonna fill up with gas and get a little cash. We have a little cash here, but you just don't know how much cash you might need. So we have a little bit here. We keep a little bit of cash here all the time, for whatever reason, any reason. We're on the New Madrid Fault and we could have a big earthquake anytime. So we kind of keep prepared anyway. Um, so anyway, I got me a little list I got to go take to the store and go to the bank. uh, I was reading Ezra this morning about Israel taking foreign wives. Then first thing I saw on YouTube was a short of two guys getting married. I'll never forget the first time I met Sherry and Brenda. Um, hmm, where did you meet them both at? I have been to probably any, and I know you went to Deep South, didn't you? Didn't you go to Deep South? They were both at Deep South. They both came to our picnic. I've met them both several times at different events. I went to Doug and Stacy's conference they had the first year they had it up north, up around them up there. I went to that. They both were there. Gotta go. Okay, Christy. I did. I love to make her laugh. Y'all take care. You too, Christy. I met Sherry at Deep South. It was great visiting with you all. Wonderful friends. Be blessed and have a blessed week. Yeah, I need to get off here now. It just start raining good and hard. Great. That's great. I got to go and it's coming down. So yeah, I hate that about Sherry. Y'all keep her family in your prayers, and I just hate it. It's just heartbreaking. Um, yeah, I think they went to most all the events for a long time. They went to the Arkansas. Um, I can't think of the name of it. The one in Arkansas that well, I can't think of nobody's name right now. Jess and Amanda. No, not Amanda. What's her name? Well, anyway, the one in Arkansas, they only had it one time. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's different ones I've been to too. Deep South and Doug and Stacy's and Arkansas. And then of course ours. I can't think of any others. That's the ones I've been to. Need to go. Okay. All right, Red. Understand. And thank y'all for being in here. I'm going to go too. I got to go get some stuff done. And the kittens have calmed down, so I might not have to let them in yet. I may wait till I get back and let them in and see how they do. But I am definitely going to get them some. I'm going to do that first thing. I'm fixing to do that now and get them some activated charcoal. All right. Thank y'all for being here and listening to me. And hopefully no bad will come out of election results, right? All we can do is pray and trust the Lord to take care of us. All right. See y'all later. I'm going to end this if I can find end.